All right, we want to break away and head to St. Paul, Minnesota for a press conference outside the federal courthouse. Let's listen in.
Throughout all these proceedings, going to try to keep the comments relatively brief. We certainly applaud the efforts of the U.S. Attorney's Office here. This plea today is historic, as I'm sure you'll hear more about from their office. It follows from the tremendous efforts of Keith Ellison and his team in initially obtaining the conviction of Derek Chauvin. Certainly today we saw a certain level of accountability, but Derek Chauvin was also left with very little choice. He pleaded guilty today after putting this family through a gut-wrenching trial where the jury very quickly realized that he was guilty of all charges in one of the most catastrophic and egregious civil rights violations that anyone has ever seen. Obviously, this brings a certain level of closure, but not complete closure. At this point, we still have 3 other officers who have not agreed to be held accountable in any sense, and this family is looking at 2 additional trials in the very near future. So while we applaud those efforts, and this is another step towards closure, there's a lot of work left to do. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the family.
I just have to put it like this. Okay, go ahead. No.
If you would each identify yourselves for the tape, please.
Yes, sir.
Mix you up.
I'm Rodney Floyd, George Floyd's brother. And in the courtroom today, it's going to be a long process. I would like to say that much. But honestly, hearing what Derek Chauvin said in the courtroom, it's not what exactly we wanted. We wanted this in the beginning of the trial, the state trial, but he's pleading guilty. But again, it's not because he wants to; it's because this is what it is. But anything y'all want to know?
Your reaction?
My reaction, honestly, it's not what you would expect. I mean, I'm still feeling the same pain, anger I felt in the beginning because he could have did this last year. Started this on that day. So today it's still the same pain I've been felt.
Well, as Jeff mentioned, you've got 2 other trials coming up here, unless there are guilty pleas. What are you feeling heading into that after what you've just been through last spring?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
As Jeff mentioned, there's 2 other trials coming up. How are you preparing emotionally for that, given what you've been through today and then the trial last spring?
All right. Well, to introduce myself, I'm Brandon Williams. I'm not really sure on how to answer that. It's a lot that I want to say but we can't due to the magnitude of everything, and everything is so sensitive right now with all of the other trials pending. We can't say much, but we're feeling confident after today.
Brandon, Julia Schmidt for TV. Were you consulted about this sentence range that was given to Chauvin, and how do you feel about it being concurrent with the state?
So I'm just going to jump in. We're not going to comment on any conversations between the family and the U.S. Attorney's Office. If Brandon wants to comment on the potential sentence, he's welcome to, but we're not going to comment on any of those communications.
I don't really feel no kind of way. The one thing that I can say is the possibility of him getting more time and having to serve more time, that's a good thing.
Brandon, what was it like when you heard him stand up and say the word guilty and open court? What was that like for your family?
I don't know. I think it's the first time, so hearing him accept accountability was nice, but I didn't feel a thing. We were in court with a minor who he also pled guilty to charges of assaulting him, and after hearing the details of it, that guy's a monster. He should have been arrested in 2017 and had justice, and had he been held accountable for what he did in 2017 to that minor, George Floyd would still be here. Today he had a chance to blow kisses and give air hugs to his family. We can't do that to our loved one who's not here. So I don't feel a thing.
What runs through your mind
Uh, I don't expect an apology, and I don't honestly care to have one. He knew what he was doing. He had 9 minutes and 29 seconds to understand what he was doing and stop kneeling. He chose not to.
What runs through your mind when you see Derek Chauvin in person again today?
What I want to say, I don't think it's suitable for all of these cameras, but very bad thoughts. You know, I want him to feel the same pain that we felt watching the video. I want him to feel the same pain that he inflicted on George Floyd. I hope that answers your question.
Why do you think he changed his mind and changed his plea?
Well, I mean, I don't think he had a choice. He was guilty on all charges, and it's very clear and evident that what he did, he's guilty of.
Hi, I'm Phalonis Floyd, brother of George Floyd.
I know with the sentencing, you mentioned that you wanted to hear him say why. Were you looking for that today?
That was Terrence. Me?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
repeat your question, please.
Say your name first.
This is Terrence Floyd, brother of George Floyd.
You mentioned back at the sentencing hearing after it was over that you wanted to know why he did this. Hope you say that. Tell me what you expected to hear from him today and what hearing yes to the details.
I actually wanted to know why, but hearing him say that the plea to being guilty, it made me feel like finally he took accountability, and wanting to know why. It really does. I know why. I understand why, because when he said guilty, he's pleading guilty. I know he know why, so I don't even need to leave him to explain it anymore.
With this plea agreement, he'll get out of prison. His mid-60s. It's not that old these days. What do you think about that? He's not going to die in prison.
The fact still remains that he's actually going to be in prison, and he's going to do time for what he did. So that's good enough for me.
As family, are you all surprised that he pleaded guilty to this charge? Did this surprise you at all?
No. Everything surprises me for what I seen from the beginning. He was very nonchalant. He really didn't say a lot of different things, but when I walked up into this courtroom, and before I even got into the courtroom, you can see an eagle, and that eagle symbolizes freedom, and it's everywhere now. And the way I look at everything, if you can make federal laws to protect that bird, you can make federal laws to protect people of color. And Frederick Douglass once quoted that if it takes a while to make progress, then you know you have something brewing. So to me, it's big just being able to be here and get the understanding of what's going on in this case. We came here just like we did before. We just wanted accountability because we can never have justice because we can never get George back.
One right here. Do you guys feel like with these steps, you guys are closer to kind of moving forward and healing as a family and hopefully closing a chapter, or do you feel like there's still some pieces to put in the puzzle?
We can never heal, but we can just be a big family that we always have been. We always been together. The same thing we did with George, we still do it. Just like me, when I want to feel like I'm closer to George, I always eat me a banana mayonnaise sandwich because that's something that we did together. And watching sports and different things and praying, I think about George all the time. And people walk up to me all the time and say the same thing about it. Hey man, George has helped change the world. And I'd say I'm happy the fact that more people are willing to talk about what's going on in America, but the fact that I lost my brother, my loved one, somebody who I can count on when I was down, it hurts me. And that's something that I can never take away because I cry about it all the time. Just knowing that his daughter would never be able to walk down the aisle, she would never be able to have a daddy-daughter dance, things like that. It just makes me, go up under. And I could have stayed hidden up on the rock, but instead I came out being able to speak with you all.
All right. We appreciate you all coming. We want to get back to Minneapolis to lend some support to the family of Dante Wright as the Kim Potter trial is going on. And let's all keep that family in mind today as well. But thank you all for being so brave for all of us. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Thank y'all so much.